Pope Leo XIV has been chosen as the first American-born cardinal to lead the Catholic Church. It's a moment many people thought would never happen. The Chicago-born pontiff will lead the world's 1.4 billion Catholics.
And joining us in studio from Oakland University's chair of the history department, Professor James Naus. We talked with you prior to this announcement. Talk about the historic significance of having an American-born pope.
Right, when we talked last, I told you there wasn't going to be an American
You did say
pope,
that.
so
I wasn't going to bring that up.
Probably the wrong person to ask. I mean,
but everybody felt the same way.
I felt better when the Archbishop of Detroit said the same thing yesterday. I felt a lot better. But yeah, I mean, it's tremendously significant, I think. On reflection, looking at this, he makes a lot of sense. Not only is he an American, he's also a Peruvian citizen, so he brings a really global perspective to a church in need of evangelization. So it makes a lot of sense.
We should talk about the name, too. There's significant. Any insight into why he would choose Pope Leo XIV as his name?
I think that's a really good question. He hasn't told us yet which Leo he's talking about, and there were 13 others. But if we presume it was the last Leo, Leo XIII, Leo XIII was Pope during the Industrial Revolution. He wrote a famous encyclical, which is the basis for modern Catholic social teachings. So Leo XIII is often known as the social or social justice pope. He writes about things like economic justice and workers' rights, labor unions, capitalism, and things like this. So I think he may be signaling something there, but he's also a traditional name. So for Catholics who wanted a more traditional side of thing, I think Leo's like the third or fourth most popular name. So it's a bit of giving something to both sides.
It would make sense if he's going to continue Pope Francis's
It would signal early on that
Yeah.
that seems to be eroding.
And there was certainly a very close relationship between Pope Francis and Pope Leo.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, more stuff is coming out about that recently. He's a relatively new cardinal, I think 2023. But shortly before Francis entered the hospital in February, he elevated him even within the cardinals from a cardinal deacon to a cardinal bishop. So he clearly had a lot of respect for him.
Now, is there a reason why an American has never been chosen? Is it because of qualifications, or you just want to keep the church separate from such an economic superpower in the world?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say exactly. I mean, remember, we had only European popes until the last one, so it's not like there have been popes from a lot of other places. I think that's probably has a lot to do with it. But I think the United States was never seen as sort of the growth area, perhaps.
Well, that should help with the church and the American church.
Absolutely. He said I think in one of the reels you ran earlier, he talked about understanding when he was a bishop, understanding some of the challenges of the American church. So.
Well, we appreciate your perspective this morning. We're short on time, but very, very insightful, and we hope we can continue the conversation as well.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We don't hold predictions against anyone.
Fair enough. Thanks very much.
Love the insight.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.